We're here with two special young gentlemen today who have just done the charity walk to the Fleetwood game. That was right, gentlemen, wasn't it? All the way from the Globe Arena to Highbury Avenue in the lovely Cod City. And that was to raise money for the training ground at Morecambe Football Club. We have Knowles and we have Stuart Rae. Congratulations on doing that. Talk us through that, gentlemen. What time did you start? What time did you get there? And how was it?
We left here at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock a.m.
4 a.m. From the Globe. Took us about 8 hours. It started off very well, very well, and.
Why did they open the bar for you? Sorry.
Rod Taylor met us along the way, which was nice.
Was he trying to entice you into a car with some sweets?
Fortunately not.
It was quite strange when obviously a Land Rover pulled up at 4 o'clock in the morning with blacked out windows. We're thinking, what's going on here? But luckily it was only Rod Taylor, so yeah.
That was a nice touch then, wasn't it? That's typical of Rod Taylor, isn't it, really? Completely typical. He's a nice bloke. So, go on, who came up with this idea?
Well, I think it's a combination of myself and Paul Hodgson, who's obviously not here today. But
Yep.
yeah, at the start of the season, we had a meeting with Rod Taylor, and he's obviously quite passionate about raising money towards the training ground and making improvements towards it. So we came up with some fundraising ideas. That's one that stuck, and it's one that we did. And luckily for us, it's actually gone really well. Raised quite a lot of money, more than we thought we ever would do.
We'll come to that at the end, yeah. So what you got there was you, Stuart, there was you, Ash, there was Hodgie, and then you roped in Steve the barman at the last minute, didn't you?
At Bristol Rovers away, we were talking about it. Steve wanted to get involved. He'd walked the Himalayas before, apparently, so he saw it as a fun thing to do. Not
well, actually, what happened was he'd left his keys and he had to go back. So,
but yeah, it was just the four of us, and it was interesting. Like I say, Steve had walked the Himalayas. His shoes didn't actually make it to the cycle track though.
What he set off from here and didn't make it to the cycle track?
Yeah, he had some tape out to cover the sole of his Himalaya walking.
So he was well prepared then.
Yeah, we had a meeting on the Wednesday before just to talk about the route, and it was the last thing Steve said to us: "Come prepared, come with proper walking shoes." Mine have seen me up the Himalayas. Unfortunately, they didn't see him down Morecambe Road. So.
Well, that's a nice little story for us there. So, which way did you go? Did you go via the canal and that way, or?
Obviously, we started from the Globe, then obviously walked up Westgate, then got on the cycle track. Took a detour to Asda to buy some new shoes for Steve the barman.
It's a good job Asda's near the cycle track.
It's a good job that Asda's open 24 hours these days, because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to go there. But obviously, I carried on there, walked along the cycle track, over the railway bridge.
Carlisle Bridge, yeah.
Carlisle Bridge, up the St George's Quay to Conda Green. I had a bit of a stop at the Stork for a bit.
Oh, was it open?
No, it wasn't. So,
what disappointment, were you not knocking on the door, giving it thirsty travellers? What time was that, about 7
That was about 7 in the morning. It was opening in about half an hour's time, but it's just dedicated. We just thought, can't wait here for half an hour, we need to get going really. And then,
so if you think if Steve had taken half an hour extra in Asda, you'd have cracked it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, that's
so what from there, where?
Conda Green,
yeah.
Walked to Conda Green up through Furnham, and then towards Cockerham.
Right.
Then Ash still got blisters. So we were actually making really good time up to there, and then after that it was a bit of a hobble for the rest of the 10.
What were you wearing, Ashley?
Well, I wore trainers which I wear to the gym, which obviously I go to quite a lot, and it didn't really work. I felt them at 7 miles. At 13 miles, I checked them, and it wasn't particularly pretty. I think I put a few of the guys off coming near me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I blame it on the road walking that we did.
So I did not walk on the pavement.
There wasn't a lot of pavement from Cockerham
onwards.
To Cockerham to Pilling was.
So did you actually get the Knott End ferry, or did you walk around, sort of thing?
No, we got the ferry. So yeah.
Did you pay?
£1.50.
Dear me, he's got. What time does he start then?
Every half hour from about 8, 9 o'clock.
All right, so you timed it right. So you got to. What happened when you got to Highbury? Did you have a welcoming committee, or?
We just collapsed really. And, we actually beat obviously Gary Hawkins' coach to Fleetwood. They didn't get there till about 1:30 or 1 o'clock really. So yeah.
It's all very disappointing.
Very
Now, I understand, Stuart, you told me about your training regime that you were mentioning on Switch Voices. You were doing some specific training, weren't you?
Well, walking from Accrington train station to Accrington's ground.
Which is obviously good preparation.
Good
But
preparation.
also there was a choice of a drive-through McDonald's or
That was myself.
Was that you?
Yeah.
So you decided instead of driving through, you'd park up and walk into
the
McDonald's.
day before, I gave myself a 20-yard training
Well,
schedule.
that's pretty good though, isn't it? So how did that go for you? Do you think that's what caused the blisters?
I enjoyed the walk out more than the walk in.
Yeah, is that because you had a double cheeseburger and a shake?
And the rest, yeah.
So obviously all this was for the training ground. Yeah, presumably you're in the process of collecting the ill-gotten gains, as it were. But what's approaching your final figure?
Well, at the moment we're sort of heading towards 1,500 mark.
Quid.
Yeah,
that's good.
£1,500.
Oh, brilliant.
So obviously we're in the process of collecting that. We haven't actually got a lot of it in already. We've generally just approached people that we know, to be honest, for sponsorship. So obviously we're quite confident about getting that money in because it is just our family, friends,
Well, it's obviously
players, directors, people that we actually know on a one-to-one basis. So if there is anybody else that we don't know and we've not managed to approach you all yet, please sponsor us. Obviously it all goes towards the club. It's for the future of Morecambe Football Club. Basically, we're trying to make improvements down there so the players can train and improve themselves. As I said, Rod Taylor's very passionate about improving that facility, so every little helps.
How do they get in touch with you?
They get in touch with us via Facebook and social media. I'm on FCOM's committee, so you can approach any of the FCOM members, even at the club. Barman Steve, he's always around on match days. He's working behind the bar in the Globe Bar, whatever it's called these days. And,
so there's plenty of people to get hold of. So looking at this, are you going to be a bit more adventurous next year and maybe
No.
we're not walking anywhere. It's going to be Accrington or Fleetwood. So and that's it.
There's been a suggestion.
Annual event. Wimbledon.
There's been a suggestion of a bike ride to Bury, but I think it's about time that other people
Bike ride to
did
Bury.
something.
We've done that bit.
We passed the baton on that one.
So yeah, but as I say, any sponsorship would be greatly appreciated. So
well done. Well done.
Super.
It's it's an easy thing to say. Oh yeah, I'll do that because obviously you came up with the idea when you've had a beer. But then it's at 4 a.m. on a cold morning. It's probably not something like the greatest idea in the world. But I bet it's one of them things where you think, I'm glad I've done that, and
I'm glad it's finished.
Yeah, and you've made a bit of a difference. So well done, guys.
Thank you.
thanks very much.